It is a blessing to work for Christ. That's a promise that we will be blessed as we are working and serving Jesus. We have it told in Scripture, whatsoever you do, whether for you eat or drink or whatsoever you do, do all to the glory of God. Jesus is talking about his second coming when he will end this world and the new one will be created. And Jesus says, who then is the faithful and wise servant? I think you want to be the faithful servant. I think you want to be the wise servant. Who is that faithful and wise servant whom his master has set over his household to give them their food at the proper time? Who's the one that's in charge? It is the one that's working. And then we see a promise in this verse 46 that there's a blessing that comes to the servant that is working. Blessed is that servant whom his master will find so doing when he comes. May you be about the Lord's business, and may you realize that as you serve the Lord, as you teach that Sunday school class, as you greet the folks at the door, as you answer those calls that our secretaries and our ministry assistants, when they call you and say, can you do this or that? Just realize that you're not ultimately doing it for me or for the church. You're ultimately doing it for the Lord, and that you'll be blessed when the Master returns, when Christ returns, and he finds us working in his kingdom, not in our own field, but in his kingdom. Verse 47 says, truly I say to you, he will set him over all his possessions. You do remember that there are promises of reward to whom little is given, or to whom what you given, the things that we have, Christ will give us even more things. So there will be things that we will be in charge of in the new kingdom as we are faithful to what he has given us here. But you see that opposite. But if that wicked servant says to himself, my master is delayed, of course, that attitude is delaying, or is betraying a unfaithful and unchristian attitude. If you say, oh, Christ is not coming back, he won't be back for a while, I'll just do my own thing. And then he begins to beat his fellow servants. Of course, that would be a sin to avoid, hurting your fellow Christians and your fellow church members. And he eats and drinks with drunkards, just wasting the time away. The master of that servant will come on a day when he does not expect, in an hour he does not know. And here's the terrible promise: he will cut him in pieces and put him with the hypocrites. And here's that phrase that describes that eternity separated from God. In that place, there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Indeed, there are false Christians, there are false volunteers, there are false leaders in the church, and they are wicked servants, and they are not true Christians, and they beat their fellow servants. They don't really attend to the things of God. And when Christ returns, or when they pass away, they will find themselves in that place where there is weeping and gnashing of teeth. Oh, devote yourself to serving the Lord, and serving the Lord with a joyful heart, and you'll receive his blessings. I pray that has been a blessing to you. I'll see you in the next video.